Hey, welcome back, America, to your Caribou Data Science channel. Your Caribou Data Science channel. Today is Friday, August 27th, 2021. Before we get started here, a couple of big shout outs to those people who watched the video yesterday. Thank you so much for those views. Also, don't forget to click that subscribe button. Excuse me, if you haven't subscribed already. Very important also for YouTube. Click the like button. Also, finally, don't forget to click the share button. Share this video on Facebook and Twitter. This way you can also copy and paste the link into an email or text message and share it with your friends and family that way. Now, before we get started, I got a very sobering question to ask. Suppose COVID-19 never goes away. Suppose the cases never stop and the deaths never stop. At what point does America, as the old saying goes, lace up our boots and get on with life? I hate to say it's going to be the new norm, but suppose it is the new norm. Are we going to go through an endless round of vaccination and boosters for every variant that comes out? And just one note about the current vaccines in the U.S. I'm sure you all realize that there's two things the vaccines won't do. They won't keep you from getting COVID-19, and they may not keep you from dying from COVID-19. It may reduce the symptoms, and it may reduce the chances that you'll die, but there's no guarantee that you won't get COVID-19 and you won't die. So at what point, again, does America get on with life? At what point do we open the country back up? At what point do we end the cycle of shutdown and reopening, shutdown and reopening? Just leave it, open everything back up, and just get on with life, and as it is. Okay, let's go and take a look here. The other thing that's curious about COVID-19 tracking U.S. is we track cases from the first case back in January 2020, and we count from the first death, which was back in February 2020, up until today. Now, the thing that's curious about that's not the way we track heart disease and cancer. Those diseases are counted 1 year at a time. So every January 1st, cancer and heart disease deaths are reset to zero. But yet, with COVID-19, we track the case and deaths from the very first case and the very first death. It's kind of interesting, huh? Okay, so this number here is the total number of cases since January 2020. It's up to 38 million people right now, okay? 632,000 deaths since February 2020. This here is our, this is 2021 cases. A long declining pattern. I want you to notice them here. Sometime in July, cases and deaths started to increase, not only in the U.S., but also in Israel and Sweden and probably any other country in the world. It might be interesting to take a look at that. Okay. Here's deaths. We have a long declining pattern in deaths. And again, in mid-July, deaths started to increase again. And so this is the total number of COVID-19 cases for 2020 versus 2019 versus 2021. So the 4 months to go is a pretty good chance that the 2020 COVID-19 cases will actually pass the 2020. Okay? Unfortunately, that's sad, but it's true. And this is 8 months with 4 months to go. It's going to be very close to the 2021 COVID-19 deaths catching 2020. Of course, this is going to be despite 12 months of vaccinations. Okay, 2020 again, increasing. 2021 began with a long declining pattern from January down to July, and in July again the cases started to increase again. Deaths, an increasing pattern, an upward trend in deaths in 2020, a downward trend to July in 2021. And again, deaths increasing in July. Let's just take a look at the average number of cases. So for the 7-day period ending August 19th, you're averaging, 146,000 plus cases per day on average. What about deaths? Well, for the 7-day period ending August the 19th, we were averaging 1,002 deaths per day. Here you can see this 5 or 6 or 7 week increase in cases. Hopefully, this week here is going to mark a new downtrend in cases. Okay. An increase in deaths. Last week was the highest, most number of deaths for a single week in at least a month. Hopefully, this is going to be the beginning of a new downward trend. A monthly cases, you can see that the cases for August are going to be uh, the fourth highest month in the last since October last year. Okay, it's higher than these 3 months right here. If there's any silver lining, it's that this is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th month in a row where cases have finished below these 3 highs right there. You know, as the saying goes, any port in a storm. August deaths are going to be higher than the previous 3 months, but it's still lower than these 3 numbers right. It's still going to be lower than these numbers right. It may be lower than all these numbers right here. Okay, pretty good shot to be lower than these numbers. So that's my book is still positive. So the question is, for every 100,000 people in the U.S., how many currently have uh, COVID-19? Well, the answer is about let's just say 50. Okay, what about deaths? Well, this is 1/2 person. Okay, so let's just say for every 100,000 people in the U.S., 1/2 of a person is dying from COVID-19. Okay, America. So that does conclude your report for today. Hey, don't forget to, of course, click on that share button, the subscribe button. If you haven't subscribed yet, by all means, click on that subscribe button. Secondly, click on the like button. And thirdly, click on that share button. Share this video on Facebook and Twitter today. Thanks so much for your time, America. We'll catch you Sunday with an updated report.